Hey folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Yash Dubal's Book Club. The book we are reviewing today is UNLEARN 101 Truths for a Better Life by Humble the Poet. It's a very different read, and let's see what it has on the other side of the intro. Wanting less will definitely make you happier than getting more. And this book is filled with such quotes and I would say this is like a feel-good book. So most of the things which I would say will be directly narrated from this book, and these are things which I personally felt I should share and I really love them. So let's just get started. Alright, so I started researching a bit deeper and realized that the ugliness that exists on our planet is rarely an accident. There are always more than two sides of the coin. I learned that simple minds simplify things as purely good or bad, except it's a lot more yin and yang. That's when I divorced idealism and started flirting with realism. My only goal now is to understand things rather than evaluate them like I am in any position or have the authority to judge. And another one, just because you have the power to be whatever you want doesn't mean you can be whatever you want. Many of the things we want to be are still ideas fed to us. It's a tricky balance of paying attention to your insides and the outside around you. Then the author talks about trust your wings. There is a popular saying that when a bird sits on a branch, it does not depend on the branch not to snap, but rather depends on its own wings to keep it safe. The vast majority of the universe is out of our control, and that simple reason is why our dependence should not be on it, but rather on ourselves. No one can promise you a life void of suffering and hard times, and it's probably a better bet to promise yourself the exact opposite. Besides, what's the fun of life without having hard time? And then we sometimes get so caught up worrying about the branch snapping, we lose sight of our abilities to adapt to such a circumstance and come out okay if it actually occurs. I read a quote that says, "Worrying is like paying a down payment on a problem you may never have." Interesting. Once again, worrying is like paying a down payment on a problem you may not have. Alright, the next thing he talks about is, one of the first things required is to be dramatically less judgmental. We tend to evaluate things simplistically like, is this what I wanted? No equals bad, yes equals good. The logic here is flawed. All of us have experienced things we wanted and later regretted. And plenty of us have gone through what we thought was a horrible situation only to realize it was a defining moment in our life. And this is so true for, I believe, all of us. Some use vision boards which are completed with detailed information about what they want to achieve. However, once you realize you have completed many of the things on there, is that an indication that you are successful? No, it's an indication that you need to update the board with new goals, milestones, and metrics. Healthy ambition is climbing a peakless mountain while enjoying the view every step of the way. Progress will add up if you stick with it. As with anything, progress and improvements take time. We can't have high expectations and low patience. Baby steps in the right direction will get you where you want to be. Again, we can't have high expectations and low patience. It's the key. I would like to end with this last one, which is my personal favorite. It says, it's never too late to start, and finishing last is better than did not finish, which is better than did not start. Having said that, this book is all about pearls of wisdom, and it's got a different feel, different vibe.
I think you would only get it when you probably end up reading this book. I cannot do justice by just speaking about it. This book is definitely a feel-good book. It really makes you feel good, and it changes the perspective you look towards life. Having said that, thank you for listening to me. I'll see you next week with another book. Take care. Bye. Cheers.